Hey guys, Fanwaits here. Welcome to another Truck and Talk Thursdays. Why am I dropping frames? Hold on a second. Why are we doing the poopies?
Well, you started the stream with poopy, so
I know I did, and I guess I deserve that saying that I saying poopies.
poopies. Ooh, I knocked over my garbage can. Whoops.
Don't knock it over too much.
I'm not used to little spaces. I feel tight.
Aw. Oh yeah,
I,
yeah, because you did move. Oh yeah, hi.
yeah.
Yeah, I have Dragon here.
Hi, yeah, wow, that's a very little,
He's
like,
like,
nonchalant introduction there. Yeah, I've got,
yes.
yeah, dragons here. Yeah, whatever.
And it's like, hi, yeah, she's here. All that
I
shiznaz.
feel like the most honored guest right now with that introduction.
It's gonna be a great night, especially since now I don't know if my stream looks any different or not. Cause right now it just telling me that, hey, you're dropping frames. Hey, you're dropping frames. Hey, you're dropping frames. It's like no one's on the internet. Don't stop dropping frames.
It looks fine to me.
Well, that's a good thing. Just want to be sure. Maybe I should shut off like some of the device. Hopefully, there's no device online right now that's updating or uploading like gigs of data, and my internet's being taken over. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, my internet's hacked. I'm being taken over by stupid. I don't know. That was just that's my stupid thought.
Maybe Ralph wrecked your internet. Sorry.
Oh, hey, that's a good reference.
That is a hey, because my sister and I have
Hey,
watched Wreck-It Ralph and Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. So that's a very immediate, relevant
right.
thing. This reference, bleh, words.
Good old words. But
Guys,
yeah,
heat.
I know. I know. It's weird to say that you are hotter than where I live, and you are in the far north.
I am in the great old north of Canada, and I'm hotter than California,
California. It's
which
so
is
weird, and I'm hoping like you guys have it like it's gonna start cooling down hopefully here soon, right? So because it's not terrible, but I've seen what kind of heat you guys are experiencing. Oh lordy.
yeah. I mean, today got up to 36, but felt like 39, I think.
Oh geez.
And
So
then
yeah.
it's just super solid life here. And then today,
Right.
and then tomorrow's gonna get to 31, which is nice. It's a little cooler, 5 degrees cooler than what we've been experiencing the last 3 days in a row.
Right.
And then Saturday 27, and then we get low 20s for a few days because rain and storms come in.
Oh boy.
And I'm very terrified for storms because we don't do storm good here. we no.
No. Like if I remember correctly, how you told me, it's like it's just as similar as Texas, and I remember how much I complained about Texas storms, whether it was with people or someone on Twitter or my vlog and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, oof.
Yeah, it basically all this heat's building and building in pressure.
Right.
And when that pressure bursts, we are in for some scary times. And I live on the 6th floor of an apartment building.
Oh boy. With no, oh well, no. Wait, we're talking about storms, not heat. I keep forgetting where we're at now. Oh, that's gonna be great, especially since it's your first week living in your new place, isn't it?
Yeah, this Saturday will be 1 week,
Hey.
and 6 of those days have been extreme heat.
Right. Because you like move like when it kind of got hot, but it wasn't too bad just yet.
Yeah, like in the morning it was still like below like room temperature basically outside, so it's quite
Mm-hmm.
nice. Um, but
Right.
now the lows for the last few days have been like higher than room temperature.
Ooh, yeah,
So that's like what
that's not
68
ideal.
Fahrenheit for you Americans. We've been
Something
higher
like
than
that.
68. We've been higher than 68 all morning, all week.
Right.
In the morning, where it's supposed to be cool, but no.
No. Yeah, so it's like whenever it's like 70 degrees, it's just like as a low, especially at night, it's just the air is still way too warm no matter what.
Yeah.
It's like disgusting. I
It's,
mean, it's like it depends. It's usually sometimes if it's humid, fuck all humid. I hate humid. Even at night, humid sucks. Unless if there's like a nice cold ass breeze, and maybe it's fine. But for the most part, humid, can go cool down itself. I was gonna
yeah.
say burn like a fire, but like die like a fire, but it's like it's already fire to begin with.
Pretty much.
Um,
Excuse me.
but yeah, like at night, if it's like not 60 degrees or cooler in Fahrenheit, I'm going this way. I'm going to Paris. If it's like not cooler than that, then ugh. I won't be able
Yeah.
to sleep unless if there's AC literally right by my body.
Yes, like my trusty good old fan. That's my AC right now.
Right. I know it's like what? When was when if you can recall, when was the last time you've ever experienced this sort of heat in Canada?
Maybe 2018, 2017.
Oh, right before you or UK, huh?
Yeah, because we had a pretty good hot spell where working. So we don't really get humid up here. It's pretty dry, thick heat up here, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But when you work at the water park, that is humid and hot, and it's supposed to be
Oh,
set to tropical kind of conditions. And when it's
right.
hot outside and hot inside, you basically die every time.
It's just muggy central altogether.
Yeah, so I think that was the last time because they said that the last time a heat record was broken in Alberta was in Wetaskiwin in 2018, where it hit 35 degrees Celsius, and we've
Damn.
smashed that record quickly.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And what I told this derp yesterday, because we hung out a little bit yesterday, uh,
Mm-hmm.
we had a record set for 31.7, I think, like yesterday, like June 30th. That was the record set like many years ago, and we broke it by noon.
Right. So that means there's still a lot more time to just heat up even more, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, crap.
I think we inversed it a little bit. I think we hit 37.1 to break the record, so yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
hmm it's weird, but like the wind today has not felt too hot. There's been a little bit of a cooling to it,
Mm-hmm.
which is a sign that like things are going to hopefully cool off here quickly.
Right.
But that's kind of went out the window after having to go outside due to a fire alarm and deal with the heat directly in outside.
Yeah, no, you just what dealt with it like about an hour ago, I think, when you texted me.
Yeah, and we couldn't take the elevator to go down the stairs, so we had to go down 6 flights of stairs to get to the bottom floor and out the side.
Jeez.
And sweat bucket.
Yeah, at least you now know how to get out in an emergency just in case. But
That's true. Yeah, yeah. It's funny though, because one of our residents, our neighbors, I guess, he lives on the 8th floor. He
uh-huh.
was saying that he moved in on the 23rd of June, and
Oh,
I was like,
really?
oh, he's like, has this stuff happened before? And I was like, we don't know, because my sister moved here on the 14th, and then on the 12th, and then I moved here on the 26th. And he's like, wow, yeah. So I'm not the right people to ask, but I appreciate the we all being new here. Yep,
Neighbor
pretty much.
buddies, new neighbor buddies.
Yep, yep. So it was an interesting time, but yeah, it's that weird difference of like actually stepping outside and then coming back in and realizing, oh, this wind
Mm-hmm.
isn't actually, it's not that cold. It's still thick hot, thick bleh, desert wind. Yes,
Right.
so it's not comfortable.
Just that and man, I don't know. Like looking at it, it's like if, especially for those whether you are in the northwest of America or the west or like southwest, I guess, in terms of your geography of Canada. I pray for you all because yeah, no, that is some intense heat. Like that's something you experience in Las Vegas or Phoenix, where it gets to 100 teens or 120s during that time. Not in the Pacific Northwest or all of any of Canada, where it's like,
Hmm.
what is an AC that is not that is at home? You guys like most of the, if not, I think you guys have like ACs at like at stores and whatnot, but not so much at like a private residence per se, because you don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, some of the newer homes probably have it. So people who live like in the fancier, richer, new, nice homes
Uh
are
huh.
probably feeling really comfy right now. Or people that installed it themselves whenever are probably feeling good. But
Right.
most places do not have it unless you go into a business or a store. But obviously, we also can't do that very much right now because we're still in a pandemic.
Right.
So there's very limited things that we can do. But my city and a lot of cities across Alberta, at least, have declared some public cooling spaces. So
Okay.
libraries and a few museums and other places have opened their doors for you to get some heat relief and a bottle of water.
Right.
So there's been at least a little bit of that, which will be very helpful. But as for my sister and I, we just stay home. And
Mm-hmm.
we've kept the balcony screen door open this entire time, like this all this week basically. All of our
Right.
rooms, our windows have been open, which I know people really recommend not doing that, but we need the airflow in here because it's been really windy and gusty. So having that breeze come in actually does help cool it down by a couple degrees at least.
Right.
So we have good airflow and really strong gust wind has helped kind of keep us feeling a little more comfortable. But it's still
Another.
not fun
Right.
and it's draining and awful.
Oh no, yeah, 'cause especially again for those who never experience intense heat, it's the most draining experience ever. Even just being outside for like an hour, like not even an hour, like half an hour at best. You're already starting to sweat, you're already starting to get dehydrated. And then by the time you get inside, yeah, you just start yawning. Cuz the
Hmm.
mix of cold air and a cold bottle of water, it's so nice. It's so relaxing. You may just want to take a nap. And for reasons or another, you just might end up doing it. It's just, it's that odd feeling of, feeling relaxed and you just want to say, fuck it, I want to rest, sort of deal. At least that's what I feel.
Yeah, except for us, it's been too hot to sleep, for me at least.
Right.
I've been really struggling with it. Plus, but I'm also switching my sleep schedule to daytime instead of nighttime because I work overnights. So I actually have to try to sleep in the height of the heat, which has not gone over well. Plus, whole yesterday hit me really rough because I got my second dose, by the way, for COVID just a few days ago.
Oh, congrats, by the way.
Thank you. On the 29th, I got it. And yesterday, it was like, let's play a game, shall we? Is this heat exhaustion? Is this symptoms from the dose? Or am I sleep deprived? Which one is it?
Yeah,
And
because
a
you
lot of
haven't gotten
people
much
are
sleep
like,
either as well. So it's like, oh.
yeah. Yeah, so like, which one is this that's making me feel nauseous, dizzy, having an extreme headache, and wanting to actually just die?
Right.
Which one is it? And it's and everyone pretty much point out that it's probably all three for me at this point, and I'm like
Honestly, yeah.
solid. But I finally got sleep today, and I feel a lot better. I'm not looking forward to work tonight. In this, the next two shifts, I'm still working in the pretty high temperatures, but then the shift I work on Saturday night should be a lot cooler, so it should be better.
So yeah, I should hopefully, yeah, because it's like it's gonna start cooling. What, tomorrow, basically?
Kind of. I mean, if you count 31 as cool,
True.
which some of y'all probably will because Americans and Californian and hot cough cough this boy in the call.
90 degrees is still too hot. But
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be 88 tomorrow.
right.
But then
It's
overnight, so we finally are getting below room temperature. So overnight tomorrow is gonna be 68.
okay, so that
And
shouldn't be
then
too bad.
Saturday 63, and then it's gonna be pretty cool for the rest of it.
Yeah, and then becomes your stormy time.
Yep.
From the looks of it.
Yeah, so just gotta really get through this today and tomorrow, and
Mm-hmm.
should be fine. And then I can finally focus on doing my heavy lifting, unpacking, and cleaning because we have not done that since I moved in yet.
Because yeah, no, like
Yeah.
especially like for that, you just don't want to do heavy work, even if you're inside or like that. Unless if it's like a fully well ventilated area, you wouldn't want to do that at all.
No.
Cause it's terrible to work in that sort of environment.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because I want to have some more room in my room. Because right now I've got a lot of things just kind of piled up or in like a corner, like beside my
Right.
bed directly, and it's not a lot of room to do things. And the amount of times I've bumped into my shelf has not been great, and I've knocked some things off the shelf that I still have not picked up yet. Because what is energy and trying to deal with it?
Oh wow.
Uh, so I am looking forward to cooler air and being able to finally make this home feel like home because so
Home
far just I feel like a fish out of water. Everything feels different and weird still.
and death
So. And death, yeah. And home.
with bouts of death. Cause hot. Usually you want to correspond for some reason or another. You want to correspond heat with death because yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, the heat's been awful.
Oh yeah.
I know that we didn't get it as bad as like, the Pacific Northwest per se, and we're not really Pacific Northwest up here. But
No, not really.
the heat wave has shifted over to us and it's moving eastward. So whatever they experience, we're getting the leftovers of it basically this week. So
Basically, yeah. Oh God. Now, like the whole East Coast is gonna be burning. It's gonna be great. Fun times, right? Global warming, right? Am I right?
I mean, you're not gonna get an enthusiastic response from me right now because
No,
death.
death.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a great time. Just weather-wise, been a sort of deal.
Yeah, I can't wait till after the 13th when I'm fully cleared from the vaccination and such because it takes 2 weeks for the dose to kick in.
Right.
I am getting this hair fucking chopped off because I washed my hair yesterday and cleaned it out and it felt great.
Mm-hmm.
And like by the time I woke up today, it's sticky, gross, and awful
Ew.
again. And I don't have the energy or resources to keep washing it because I'm just gonna get sweaty again. So
Right.
my hair feels gross. It feels sticky. It feels sort of like something's always on my back, and I can't wait to cut this off. I need it off.
You need to get that haircut. Yeah, no, that makes sense because disgusting.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't always wash my hair when I'm sweaty because I get sweaty throughout the day. Haha. So
Right. I
yeah,
know
my
it's just terrible. It's like you just get out of the shower and suddenly you sweat. It's like, this is not the point of a shower.
right.
You just get dirty immediately. But it's like, yeah, it's a nice feeling after like 2 minutes, and then suddenly 2 minutes later, it's like, and I'm dirty again.
Yeah, that's why I'll have yesterday I was so miserable yesterday, like absolutely just not feeling good at all throughout the whole day
Right.
that I had a quote unquote cold bath, but the cold water at this point because there's so many people in this building isn't actually cold, but it worked
Ooh.
enough to kind of do the job a little bit, not really. It was kind of like I feel the coolness laying here, but it's not as cold as this cold bath could be.
Right.
Um, and then then I got up, and as soon as I stood up to unplug the plug, I was like, oh no, I need to really have let's see if the shower, if I do a shower with the cold water, help. And yeah, I had to wash again because immediately I stood up and bent over and unplugged and went to go grab things, and leaning out of the bathtub and the shower curtain, I was like, no,
Right.
no
No
shower.
ventilation. It's just muggy and fucking nope.
Yeah, so then I had to shower, then I basically wrapped myself loosely up with my towel, grabbed my clothes, and ran to the bedroom, sat in front of the fan, and cooled off.
Right. I just try my best. It's like, disgusting.
Yeah, in fact, when we were hanging out last night for most of that call, I was just had the towel over my hair, just to dry it, because I was like, I don't have the effort, and I don't want to sweat brushing my hair, so
Right.
fuck it, I'm not gonna do that until we had our little break last night. Then I was like, no, I'll do it, and I was crashing into the gate.
I know, it's great. I had a fun time trying to stop my trek before, boom. Also
That's
realized
why.
my phone is like severely desynced out of the stream. That's fine. Hopefully I just
Mhm.
sound good and everything looks right. I'm still dropping frames. My computer is still saying I've been dropping 63% of my frames.
Well, I would love to listen to the stream, but I am part of the stream and I do not need to hear double of me.
Or double of me.
That too.
There
But
you
I
go.
have not seen the stream stutter or buffer, so
I guess that 60 frames a second does definitely help. It looks like I'm streaming okay, but it's like, yeah, I'm technically dropping frames because I'm streaming at 60 frames a second, but I think it's just taking half the, like a little over half the frame. So I'm streaming about like 20, 24 frames a second. So it's like, I'm still here. I'm hoping the audio is not severely desynced. That's the only thing I worry about. Because, yeah, it shouldn't matter really because it's like, you're hearing us. Most of the time, you're probably just watching, unless if you heard, yeah, I crashed, and you just want to like tune back in. It's like, hello. It's like, yeah, I crashed. Don't worry about it. I'm just don't mind me. I'm just driving. I always crash into things, sort of deal.
yeah.
Um,
But anyway, we've complained about the heat long enough. It's
we've
not a good
talked about the weather,
time.
which is like the best conversation ever to start with.
What a good
Ooh,
icebreaker, which I wish ice was actually breaking over my head right now. But yeah.
ice keeps breaking on my head. Okay, I'm not going there. I don't know why that was the first thing that popped into my head, but it did.
Oh, you're something special.
Oh yeah, I'm all sorts of special. But yeah, it's been quite a week, I guess. I mean, from the legit 20 minutes of talking about weather. So I guess we're going swell right now. Swell. Um, but no, like I guess like aside from that, let me go through my week first, because quite a few things have been going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, at least from the last update, I've been talking about like how ambitious I want to be in terms of like, doing, trying to figure out where I want to do with my channel and maybe splitting up and whatnot. Obviously that's not going to happen just yet, but just the idea. But I've been been more and more productive of just getting videos out and getting videos ready to publish. I'm just finishing up my Reading vlog. Hopefully it will be out hopefully tomorrow by 11. Unless if it's a big ass file and upload is just going to shit hard in the morning. I almost crashed into a truck as I'm driving. Um, I will try my best to get that on time for you guys and then see everything that is Reading, California. Oops, I did hit that truck. My bad. Um, but like I've been also editing just like a couple videos. I've also been working on a script for a potential product review that I just wanted to do. I've written it down. I just haven't got it recorded yet. Hoping that I'll be doing all of this tomorrow, either tomorrow or this weekend, or very early next week. So it could be out sometime soon, and let's see how well I could do like product reviews because I've always wanted to do it. I've talked about it before. I think on the stream and wherever else, really, of like how I wanted to do my YouTube. If not, I think I talked about it last week. Like I kind of want to go back into tech and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I somehow managed to write a script. It's just a matter of just reciting it over, taking some B-roll, then editing the video, then uploading it. Um, it's not that easy, guys. If it was only that easy, right? But it's all up to your uh, mental power, really, your willpower, actually, to just do it. Um, but I'm working on it, and hopefully we'll get there. I'm hoping I'll have that out by next week. Since I have it all like more or less planned out, it's just a matter of fully executing it at this point. And then after I've just been editing more and more videos. Just I've edited a couple, like an episode of my friends and I playing Gartic Phone. I have like so much like small sessions of it that I just like need to put it all together. So I have like another part going up. Hopefully, maybe this coming Sunday. Cause considering I didn't do Minecraft on Monday. I was tempted to actually cut some parts for like when I played either Genshin or Bloons, but I feel like I should maybe do a uploaded video for once, and I'll most likely upload a Gartic Phone episode by Sunday. So that'll be out on YouTube. If you haven't followed me on YouTube already, unless you're watching this on YouTube, go subscribe. Um, Wow, I never thought I would pitch it that like that. Thanks, guys.
Nice. Yep.
Um, but in the midst of just doing that, I've also been job hunting, as I've talked about from here, like from time to time, really on Truck and Talk. But I somehow managed to go into a rabbit hole of remote jobs, which is like really interesting because it's like, yeah, I do have some job experience, and it's like it'd be cool if I could try and work from home. I mean, it probably won't, like, it's like few and far between because usually, at least how I see it and how everyone else sees it, it's like usually if you're going to be working from home, you're usually experienced in what you're doing rather than being like, a complete noob at it. I could try to find a better word. Like you're just actually really starting out. It's like remote job is probably not the first thing you want to get into unless if it's just a really easy job, which it usually remote jobs are not. I will say that now.
Nope.
Even like working a little bit remotely, and hell, even I think YouTube does kind of, well, YouTube counts more of like working at home versus remote, but um there's like a whole different aspect of just working at home. It's both fun and not fun at the same time. I'll promise you that. But uh, I just decided to like dive in because it's like, let me see with what kind of experience maybe I could find a remote job because it's been kind of difficult to find jobs here, specifically where I live. Uh, and like more specifically like local, like within 10, 20 miles versus 50 miles, which is technically San Francisco. In San Francisco, there's like a whole bunch. All right, no problem, Dragon. Um, in like San Francisco and the Bay Area, there's like a whole bunch of job opportunities. It's just that the commute from the Central Valley to San Francisco is like one of the worst commutes out there. I think I remember reading a news article today saying that while LA is now down to this being the second worst metroplex to have the worst commutes, the lost time is tied between LA and the Bay Area, where you'll just lose 41 hours out of the year per person because of traffic, which is insane. No, but like going from here to SF in rush hour is like 3 hours compared to like 1.5 that it usually takes if there's like no traffic. So no matter what, even public transportation, it will take 3 hours just to get to San Francisco. Um, but I just started applying. Yeah, so I just started applying for whatever remote jobs are out there. See what hits, see what fits, and then I got contacted by a recruiter. Oddly enough, from San Francisco. So all that talking about San Francisco and how bad the commute is, it's like, yeah, kind of out the window because I got a response back from them. Say that it's for now, it's a remote position, but they're hiring some IT support people, IT support specialists for their company. And I said, you know what, it'd be interesting. It starts off remote, and then eventually, once COVID is like over for them in terms of their eyes, if everything all works out, they could start working at the office again. So it's like, you know what, if it gives me enough time to work at home and try to get enough money, maybe I'll eventually get used to, who knows, commuting all the way to San Francisco, as much as it's gonna be a drag to do. But also, there's the potential that I could just move to San Francisco and just work there for like a couple years and whatnot. Because that's what I'm still planning to do. It's not much for the money. I mean, it'd be great for the money because San Francisco is expensive, but also for the experience. Just getting my experience in IT support and technical support, just to see if it's for me. And like I told this in the stream before, it's like I want to still experience technical support right now. See if it's still for me. See if it's something that I want to do. So hopefully I could get this position. I just had the first interview, a phone interview today, 30-minute interview just to see like if like just to get like my feet wet in it, basically. Fun recruiter to talk to actually. So there is that. And then hopefully we'll see if I progress on because it'll be cool if I end up working with them first remotely and then eventually maybe working in San Francisco. Honestly, it'd be a dream to work back, to just go back to San Francisco. Sure, it's quite expensive to live there, but you know what? F it. Let me give it a shot. See if this is gonna be for me. Did I fill up on gas? I did. And now it's time to drive. So there is that. I'm still waiting for email from them. So I guess there's still one thing I am waiting for. But hopefully, if I do pass this first round of interviews, if it's just like just a 30-minute one, hopefully there'll be just more interviews coming along the way, and then we'll see if I have a job in the next coming weeks or sometime in July. Be really, really cool to know. Aside from that, there also has been talks of the family wanting to travel again. Oddly enough, not oddly enough back to Northern California, because sure, where I live is technically Northern California, but it's technically Central, because Northern California is huge, past Sacramento. But what I'm hearing is my parents want, at least my mom wants to go visit like some big ass trees. Like I don't know if it's the sequoias per se, but it's like the redwoods. Redwoods, there we go, that's the word. Redwood trees up that way. And there's like apparently a whole bunch of like drive-through trees where you can just like, drive your car into the tree because of like how it's designed. It's like there's a like tunnel built in the trunk of the tree sort of deal that could fit a car. Apparently where it's located is like somewhere in Eureka, which is like not too far from Redding. Okay, not too far from Redding by distance, but by driving it's like 2 hours because it's mountainous. But it's like still all the way up there compared to Redding. So like we've just been talking about it, and pretty much we're just gonna be waiting for the 4th of July to just roll around, and then technically at this point in time, see when my second and third interview would be, and then from there, if once I had my interview, we could see if we can go to up that way, up to Eureka, and visit all the trees and all the pretty sights up there. Heck, even visiting the Pacific Coast all the way up far north, compared to I guess the Bay Area here. It'll just be like another fun nature trip. That car is getting really close at me. Just seeing more and more nature, and again, I'm hoping I'm almost done with the Redding vlog. Hopefully, what I've recorded will entice you to travel, as it has for us, and hopefully we'll see if we do end up going to like Eureka and whatnot. I'll just vlog more, because my parents still wants to travel. At least my mom wants to travel. Actually, both of them do want to travel, and I want to still travel too while I'm still unemployed. It's probably not the greatest thing to say, but got to do something, right? As I'm still looking for jobs and maybe doing training and whatnot. I'll do it on the go, sort of deal. But it'd be good to just continue exploring the world as we can before it starts getting busy. Hoping for you guys who are watching this that you have maybe made a travel or two so far, whether it be next city over or across country or anything like that. I'm hoping you guys are getting out there, especially for those who are getting vaccinated and for fully vaccinated and whatnot, because we need to get out there, people. But we just want to keep traveling as much as we can before I find a job, basically, and where I would have to get back into like the grind of a 40-hour work week, working 5 days a week, if something like that. Because when it comes to that point, I wouldn't be able to travel for like during the weekdays, like 3 days, 4 days, and whatnot. At that point, it'd just be like a city break, if anything, pending work, really. So, and then with that, like in terms of that, I also want to start, continue vlogging wherever I go, just so I could keep a record of it. As I said before, ooh, that's a wall. As I said before, I just vlog just to keep a record of where we've traveled, and try to like remember everything, because I swear in probably 2 years from now I'm going to forget everything of the big road trip around America, but also say just even traveling to Redding, traveling to Eureka, And at least hopefully then maybe like whatever I uploaded could be like a tourist material, you know. Hopefully encourages you to travel over there as well.
Boom.
Oh god, that scared me.
Yes. I saw your face in the thing.
And then it doesn't help because I'm wearing headphones, so it's like one thing. If it was like speaker, it's like, oh hi, but it's like I'm headphones, so it's like, ooh, I'm cranked. But yeah, hi.
Sorry, I had to bathroom basically, and then I got invited to go swimming with family on Saturday. Woo!
Ooh, nice.
Hopefully they have cold showers because that would be great. But yes.
Hopefully got some cold running waters.
Yes, and I feel a lot better to do that kind of thing now that I have my second dose. Even though I know it's not fully kicked in yet, it just still feels better to know that it's
Right.
in my body.
It gives you that it gives you that peace of what is the word? Peace of mind. There we go.
Peace of mind.
Like that you just have it in you. I mean, sure, it
Yeah.
hasn't fully activated yet, but at least you have it in you. It's gonna get there. You will be able to fight that virus again. You know, it's just there, so just be, you know. Nah,
Wow.
yeah, good
I
explanation.
see talking has been going really well since I've been gone.
Oh yeah, it's been great. And I was like, now I'm just starting to fumble on my words all of a sudden. It's like, hi, yeah, it's words, pudding. Um, oh, I did that perfectly. Look at that. What was I talking about? So there's a possibility. I don't know when yet. Of my family and I planning to go up to Eureka, up towards Northwest California, and see all the big ass trees and whatnot. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm hoping to know once I hear about like when my next interview would be, and then plan from there basically. So like hopefully it will like I would get. I'm hoping I'll get a confirmation for second interview. By the way, yeah. So uh, supposedly I've been told that I will get more information about second interview and whatnot. So we'll see.
Well, that sounds promising, at least. That,
It
like, you
is.
will get information for a second interview. Like, it's like you will and for. Like, those are pretty strong, like,
Yeah.
affirmative noises that
Yeah.
humans can make. Wow, what a sentence.
It's okay. We're all great at English right now. No, yeah. Like I forgot. Like I had my call with a recruiter just today. This past today. Just earlier today. There we go. Words.
Wow, I think we need to embrace the silence between our sentences a little bit here.
Yeah, we do. Um,
That's a Toastmasters joke, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. There
it
you go.
is. I understood that one because you told me. A hi truck. Okay. Um. Yeah. So interview, right? Yeah. I just got back, just talked with the recruiter, talked about just like a few technical things, my experience and whatnot. And I guess she really likes me for that. So hopefully I'll get you know more information for the second interview. Get ready for that. And then she actually even told me it's like what's to come for the second interview. It's like, oh yeah, you may want to like look into this, look into that. Just watch a couple YouTube videos and see if you can grasp the knowledge. And then like like here's like some of the technical things as well that you wouldn't want to cover, just to be sure that you kind of have the gist of knowing things really.
Yeah,
So
and like what to expect from the actual job itself.
yeah. And pretty much the questions too for for the technical side of the interview. So it's like, oh, okay. Like I'll definitely look into it. Try to jog my knowledge on the things I know and learn the things I don't know. Because apparently, at least I heard, I'm gonna take this in a general sense, so it doesn't like I'm not doxing myself for this, but like where they're asking for like technical support is like their own platform of like business products, like just like doing your online business and like trying to figure out like it's like an all-in-one suite to just e-commerce basically. So like selling things and whatnot for like small businesses. So it's like a really cool thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's like a very all-in-one platform, so I get to learn basically everything that I need to know, and then hopefully I just need to jog my knowledge of like what questions to expect. Um, there. So hopefully I'll get that email soon, and then hopefully I go well with that second interview. Like actually, I will
Yeah.
train 200% to nail that interview.
Yes, you will. I believe because she gave you all the tools you need for it, so that's like really helpful.
Yeah, I know. She was a very helpful recruiter just to tell me what to expect. What to expect at the interview. It's like, oh, that's good to know. And like, at least now I know for things that I'm not good at the moment. I could at least, either refresh myself in it or learn a thing or two just to prepare for the interview,
Yeah.
which is
Well,
pretty coolio.
that's a truck holding two other little trucks.
I know. It's interesting to carry it. Like, I think they carry it on the trailer here. Um, because I think in the United States they actually do like hitch a trailer or hitch a truck with another truck, and then on its like little hook another truck and another truck, and it looks like a truck piggyback sort of deal.
Oh.
I wish like I wish I knew how like what it's called so I could search it up, but I can't think of the word right now. Aside from being you're carrying trucks. Hello. Um,
God, the
but
rain in your game is making me incredibly jealous. Fuck.
that's Europe for ya. Oh man.
Oh, I was there last year.
Yeah. For those who haven't noticed, go watch a couple of the past Dragon Talks about
Yeah.
her fun adventures in Europe.
I don't know what that
That's a
was.
good sound to say about your adventures in Europe, I guess.
I had to go Chewbacca for that, I guess. Yeah, there you
I
go.
guess so. Um, so that's like what to expect. Just like hopefully more videos up on YouTube if you haven't seen them already. By the time this comes out, at least 2 videos should be uploaded by then. That as well as potentially more travel. So I'll keep you guys updated over on Twitter if my parents and I do end up going up to Eureka, because most likely it would happen on days that I'd be streaming, because usually we've been traveling on weekdays as of late. We don't usually travel on weekends for very obvious reasons. If it's not
Yeah.
obvious, it's just more busy on weekends. Even through this pandemic, just recovering through this pandemic, it's been getting more busy than weekend. But so with that, like we've been traveling weekdays, and usually it may overlap on my Monday stream. Potentially this time it may overlap on my truck and talk, and at that point I'll figure out what would I do. Most likely I'll just have to push it back to a weekend or something like that. Um, but we'll see. We haven't figured out the dates yet in terms of travel. So, but hopefully I'll keep you guys updated over on Twitter as Dragon put it out there. Thank you, Dragon. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, check the description down below and follow me on Twitter. Hopefully you'll like random shit as well. Aside from that, that's been basically my week so far. We're, I guess, in prep for this weekend for 4th of July for the United States. We're planning to do a barbecue. We just got some nice steaks at the good old big American store called Walmart.
Wow.
Yeah, got some ribeye steaks, and gonna be using. Oh, I guess technically I didn't tell the stream. My family and I got a new charcoal grill because our last one broke. It's
Hmm.
now became a glorified gardening pot outside in the
Oh my
backyard.
gosh. What a way to
Um,
recycle it, though.
Actually, it actually looks really cool. I probably should take a picture of it and then send it either to you and Twitter. Um,
Hmm.
but we like the grill has been actually broken for like quite a couple years, ever since 2017, 18, I think. It's been a
Dang.
while. And then we just, I guess this time around we just said fuck it, let's just go buy a new grill, and well, we bought a new grill. Was a bitch to assemble. It was very tough, and I think I don't recall actually telling you this, dragon, but
Mm.
I ended up just assembling the whole thing after just frustrations of like things doesn't fit, and there was like other things like that. It's like, here, let me do it, and then just force fitting a good majority of the things.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it legit took about 2 hours, and then legitimately at the very last step of the whole assembly process, it has us to put it tells us to put this, like, I guess the warming grill. Usually you have your main fire pit, right, of where you just grill your stuff, where it has, direct contact with the heat. And then there's like a rack up, like, yeah, rack up, like, if it's like you're like maybe want to just leave it warming up things, you just put it up there. The way that rack is mounted is there's like little hooks on both the top and on the I guess the sides of the charcoal grill. There's like two little holes that just pegs in, like, this is gonna look a little bit
Mm.
sexual, but like that. It'll just like ping in, and like this, it'll just grip like that. It keeps it, holding. Unfortunately, the holes were on the
Sorry.
wrong. Yeah, you just saw it.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, those holes were in the wrong place.
Oh
What
no.
sucked even more was that we had to assemble the box on the very first step. And everything, including the stand with the wheels so you can move it around, the side, I guess like side table, amongst many other things, are attached to these two walls.
Oh
And
boy.
I looked at my dad and I said, I'm not disassembling this. We'll just figure out a way. Luckily, my dad had the smart idea to just drill two holes,
Mm.
um, symmetrically on the other side, and it worked out. I looked at the thing after the first grill, and everything looked pretty hunky dory.
That's good.
So it all worked out. We didn't have to suffer another 4 hours disassembling it and reassembling it because it was terrible. Like,
Mhm.
granted, it's a grill from Walmart. It's Walmart branded. It's cheap. It's okay, but it's a bitch to assemble.
Sounds like the desk I got from Walmart too. Because some of
A
the holes they drilled for us to like screw in like the different kinds of bolts and such,
Uh huh.
they didn't drill it all the way, so we had to sit there and like pop the thing through the holes to make sure they actually get in there, and then reattach like a little shelf that I have on the desk and like
Oh
kind of
jeez.
just really try to shove it really in there. So that's the story of that.
Gotta love Walmart quality. It's not as great as IKEA quality in some sense.
Yeah, and like a lot of the screws that we had for the desk were not even pointed at the end, they were like flat-ended ones. And so
Oh.
like you have to really make sure things are aligned so that can get through.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a bitch to deal with. Stupid desk.
Because
Ah.
either it goes in or it doesn't.
Yeah, pretty
There's
much.
no tapered edge to basically push it, like, guide it through.
Yeah.
Dumb, very dumb. Thanks Walmart. I was about to say thanks Google, or thanks Amazon. That would have been weird.
Lol. Gosh.
Um, but yeah,
I. That's it. Never mind.
that's been
Where.
mostly me for like for actually for ever since, well, last week's stream. So like that's going to be happening, or has happened and going to be happening here in the near future, or hopefully, yeah. Follow me on Twitter. You hopefully will see some stuff along the way
Mm-hmm.
with that. Um, in any case, I guess you're back. How have you been? I know we've had a beautiful 20-minute conversation about weather, so we kind of know the majority of what's going on over there,
Yeah.
which is ugh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think I need another glass of water and probably to take another fucking Advil for headache, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, heats, guys, heat exhaustion. One sign of that is headaches, and I've been
Oh yeah.
having them every fucking day this week, so it's not a good time. Plus, my arm still hurts from dose. What up? Like,
When
I
did you
can
get
at
your dose?
least the 29th, so a couple days ago.
2 days ago. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully by the end of this week, let's say, it'll be done.
Yeah, I mean, like I can lift things and like I can put it over my like I can lift it higher than my shoulder, like and
Right.
kind of move it easily. I can definitely feel it still. Like you can just kind of feel that little pang, and you're like, ah.
Right. Right. It's like uncomfortableness.
Yeah. So, woo, good on me to get that done finally this week, which was nice and kind of comforting to know. But
Oh, that's good.
also poor timing in terms of being very confused with what symptom actually lined with what, and what I should
Right.
take for what, basically.
Oh, I
Because,
see.
whew, last night though was smart, because, or I guess this morning, because I slept during the day. Hello, nighttime people. What's up? I'm your girl again. Uh, I decided that for me to get sleep this week, plus like my nose has been really stuffy because allergies and dusty and wind
That's
and
great. Yeah.
life is crazy up here. Yay. I chose to take like my allergy pills and conked out. Hardcore. So that was nice.
That's pretty smart actually. It's like you got a 2-for-1 deal with that. You not only relieve your allergies, you go to fuck to sleep.
Yeah. Solid 7 hours, more than I've had
For the
per
past
night
couple nights.
since like a couple weeks, really. I
Right.
haven't slept more than 7 hours. I haven't slept more than like 6 hours a night since like before I moved. So
Right.
it's been a hard time. So yeah, that's why it's like, let's play this game. Sleep deprivation, heat exhaustion, or is COVID-19 vaccine symptoms? Which one is it? And what do I take for what? It's not a good time.
Right.
But uh, yeah, luckily I feel way better today, but I can feel the headache coming back, so I'm like, shit, I probably need more water.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go to work and get some nice hydration. Make sure I have my water bottle, which I do for tonight, and
Right.
just kind of play it by ear in the next couple days while it's still pretty hot.
Right.
Uh,
Jeez. Again, it's cooling down here soon for you soon. So hopefully you guys all get that relief here.
hmm Yeah, just really gotta wait for Saturday. Saturday,
Right.
Saturday. But besides the heat and suffering miserably for really the last few days,
Right.
things have been crazy. I've moved.
You
Yep,
did in the
I
two
am
weeks that
now.
I've had you, or been 2 weeks between the last time you were here. That was some weird ass English I did there.
Yes, it's been 2 weeks since I've blessed you all with my presence on Truck and Talk. But yes, I moved. I moved from the house from the south side of the city to now full on downtown.
Like actually though, you're telling me that you are close to, I guess, the legislative grounds in your city.
Yeah, they're just a few blocks down the road from me, and
That's
uh,
beautiful.
yes, and then just a couple blocks north of us is Jasper Ave, which is one of our main like downtown streets.
Mm-hmm.
And then just north of that is like some university campuses, so like Northwest College, McEwen, and a few other places like that. So we're in a pretty good, solid part of the city. That's
Oh,
been
there
really
we go.
good, and some really good food choices have popped up on our skip the dishes. It's been really
Oh,
great.
I bet just getting food delivery now is just like there's a variety.
I'm sorry, I need to go. The fire alarm's going off again.
Oh, fun.
Um, Darryl, entertain. I will hopefully
I
be
will
back soon.
I will try to entertain.
Shit. Uh,
Go mute
I don't.
yourself, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, stream. Fuck me.
No, it's okay. Hi guys, welcome. I've been kind of hearing the alarm. I guess it just like came up recently though. Like I heard it. I was like, ooh, that does not sound good. Hopefully it's just like another false alarm and whatnot, because I guess like there was something that's been going on in their complex, and it's like, we need to be sure that everything's going on. They said it was just like, oh, like nothing too crazy. Hopefully it's the same thing again. But yeah. What could we talk about? Traveling around Europe. Ooh, that's a big load sticking out. God, I just realized. I think I remember. For those who tuned into past Truck and Talk streams, like I talk about my long trip to like just a long road trip that happened last month, which is crazy to believe that we left 2 months ago to go to Texas, and then just a month ago we came back because it was a 29-day road trip. It's still insane to say that. To say it's just been that long already. But um, I remember like complaining about. I don't know if I complained about it in the Chuck and Talk, but I think I might did. Where I complained. Most of the Midwest truckers are like crazy drivers, where they just drive fast, drive on left lane more often than not, and just wants to pass everyone for miles and end, just so they can get to their end destination without caring about the world because they are the rules of the road, which kind of makes sense because usually it's like trucker nation out in the Midwest. And technically, it should also be the West Coast as well. Car, really? Did you not see me move in? You just slammed into me. Thanks, car. Ooh, that's terrible. I say that, and you just now watched the past couple of minutes of me driving erratically like that. It's great. But I guess there's like one thing compared to like a game, obviously a game in real life. But like I realized like the intentions that I'm doing right now can stupidly simulate the drivers that I've just been complaining throughout during this live stream. I guess I realized how bad of a driver I am, just driving my own truck. It's great. Um, I just like realizing that maybe I am the asshole. Thank God no one has. Thank God I haven't had the ambition to get my Class A license and then start driving for a commercial dealer, because that would be bad. If I drive similarly to like this, it's not gonna be a pretty day for anyone, and I probably would flunk my Class A license test. I still kind of want to try to be a truck driver. It is cool. I mean, I did talk about the tips, travel tips along the way. And technically, that could be applied to a truck driver as well, because there'd be times you just need to take a rest, take a gas break, and all that stuff. And it's like just experiencing just that open road, and like just stopping at a gas station, stopping at a rest area to just relax and experience the great outdoors. Hopefully, that it's not stinky or raining. There's just some weird thrill and feeling you get while traveling, especially just stopping by. I mean, I kind of get the feeling here when I'm either traveling in Euro truck or American truck, and honestly, like, well, as much as I shouldn't. I'm not planning to drive a truck in Europe. That'd be one big ambition. Just as like traveling around America in a truck as well. Be one big ambition to do later in life, most likely. Um, but it does, like, just even driving here in Europe, it makes me want to travel, and I honestly can't wait for international travel to like fully reopen again. Technically, I've heard that it is that Americans are allowed to travel to Europe at like some places in Europe at this time. However, it still requires COVID testing like that. It's again makes sense. Like, but they're like you don't really have to quarantine if you're fully vaccinated and whatnot. Is what I'm hearing. And if you come from a plane that is all fully negative in terms of COVID. Um, but like, just like looking at the scenery, and then with like adding to that, and my sis and I are thinking it's the same shit as last time, so we are staying up. But it's so loud out. We'll just listen and post here. Gotcha. Okay. So okay. No worries. Hopefully that thing can just shut off, and hopefully there's not a lot of people going out. It's like you need to calm down. Hopefully, no. But just like traveling here, just it does make me want to go. I'm hoping again in the future. Hopefully, maybe by the end of 2021, 2022, we can start doing international travel again, because I know it's still tough-ish for Well, it's tough for most people to even travel international to begin with, but once like everyone started getting vaccinated like that, it does ease up. There's still now additional restrictions that you have to be wary of. Oddly enough, it's a very bad comparison, but the additional restrictions and the additional precautions that you have to take honestly sounds similar to 9/11, because I remember hearing how much of a difference air travel was prior to 9/11 and then post 9/11, where now we have a lot of security checks. Well, before it's like, you got a ticket, you got your ID, all right, go, sort of deal. And I think that's what I recall. I don't. I wish I could recall my childhood days of actually traveling to like the Philippines back in '99. I remember traveling on my Philippines on my 5th birthday with my mom. I just wish I could recall just like, the airport thing. But like, I'm 5 years old. I wouldn't remember that kind of shit. I remember just meeting the Jollibee bee for my birthday, having a private birthday with the Jollibee. It's just a weird thing, but knowing now that when even if we're recovering from COVID, they're probably gonna leave these extra precautions and procedures in place. Probably either for the time being, or who knows, maybe it could be indefinite. Just be safe until it's fully eradicated. Little best be. Oh yeah, for context, we've had something burst in the parkade earlier, and we think it's just Alien. I'm hoping it is, and it's just a false alarm. I was like, ooh, sort of deal. Um, but like, I'm trying to like remember like what my mom told me. I think just a couple weeks ago, because I know for the fact my mom still wants to travel to the Philippines, and she's planning to travel to the Philippines in January 2022, because her and I guess her friends back in university, if I remember correctly, are going to have their 50th reunion. 50th, yeah, 50th reunion of just them, and they're planning to go. Hopefully, all of them to the Philippines and like visit everyone, all that stuff, and catch up basically. Um, so it's like, but like with that, there's still like heavy restrictions on just traveling to the Philippines in the first place, regardless if you got the COVID-19 vaccine or not. You still got to quarantine. You still got to do the COVID test and whatnot. I mean, again, the COVID test probably is not as bad, especially since you can get results as low as as soon as 15 minutes. It's just painful because it's swab, but it's just the quarantine part. You're basically wasting 2 weeks spending $1,000 in a hotel room, and then once you're released, you may have to quarantine again, because where my mom wants to go is not in the main city in Manila, but it's like in a province city down. I think it's either in Iloilo or Calibo, where my mom actually used to live, like in that island area. They may require a quarantine, so you're basically wasting almost 4 weeks, almost a month, just quarantining before being able to go out and have a reunion. And then after that, if you're planning to travel back home, say to the States, you're going to pass by Manila. You're going to have to quarantine first before you travel out, which is crazy. It's insane. I'm hoping, we're all going to get vaccinated. Everyone in the world, hopefully, you guys will all get vaccinated, and we get to travel again. Like, but like in order to do that, we everyone should get on board, so these restrictions will lax a bit, as much as they should be in place for, especially for those who haven't get fully vaccinated. But once it's like those hospitalizations are down, and then more people are getting more vaccinated, there should be the time to maybe loosen up. Even though we're looking at the Delta variant coming around here in the States as well, so that's, I guess, a catch-22 sort of deal, where like there's new variants being created, but hopefully the vaccine that you get will prevent you from getting too sick from these variants for COVID. I kind of want some things to be put in place no matter what, like masking for travel via plane and such. Because man, you don't realize how gross traveling is until this pandemic. And me flying during the pandemic last year. Oh yeah, I forgot you traveled just at the height of the pandemic, just trying to get back home. And now we're all gross. No, don't no lie, we are all gross. And I will say, even outside of travel, like just any recreation area, hell, as gamblers, my parents and I are going to casinos. It's shocking to see how unsanitary it can be, but most definitely, like in terms of like travel, like any sorts of travel, whether it be on a motor coach, like like an intercity bus or train or a plane, you don't realize how unsanitary it can be because you're with these other people who has their own standards of being sanitary, and it will be different across many different people. So no, that makes sense. Yeah, I wish we could place some things of like masks, definitely, um, and like just having common sense of like where you're gonna what you're gonna do if you're gonna sneeze or like that, just safety. Because even if we all have vaccines, we still want to be safe. We don't want we don't want more people to contract it. Really, free little bottles of sanitizers for flights too. Yes, yes. Uh, I'm trying to see if I've ever experienced that in my trip to the Philippines. I kind of wanted to say, but I think that was just a dream. But like, yeah, like put it in the amenity packs like you get, especially for like yeah for any sort of flight. Actually, now I think about it, but like for like long flights, short flights, like a bigger sanitary pack. Because I think nowadays it's just like moist towelettes and a toothbrush, and I think now they're starting to give sanitizers and masks. So there is that. It was on my flight from London to Calgary. Hey, at least at least they were surprised. So I guess I was living your dream, ish. um, but like at least including that, yeah, giving having people wear their mask, um, uh, whenever we can. Or actually, no, just throughout the flight. Actually, that'd be a smart thing. But
Well,
just like being sanitary all together. Hi, Dragon.
hi, they shut off the alarm finally, and yeah, it was just basically the same call again.
Oh, okay.
Good times living in apartment buildings again.
Yay! When was the last time you lived in a full apartment building?
With
Curious
my
question.
mom earlier this year.
Oh, oh right, because right before right. Okay. Technically, that is an
Yeah,
apartment.
yes, it is. Because yeah, my mom and family lived in a basement suite when I first moved back from the UK. Then I
Right.
moved to an apartment building, and then I moved to a house, further north from them. That's still technically south of the city. Yeah, it works that way.
Right.
And then now I'm norther in downtown.
Northern in the downtown.
Yeah, so I've gone from basement suite to apartment, house to apartment. Well,
Nice.
condo apartment basically.
Condo apartment. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would really like to see something stay for travel. Like keep
Mm-hmm.
it normalized. Like the mask need to be something normalized no matter what, I think.
Right.
Because if you are not feeling well, be a smart bean and not make people get sick and just like wear a mask for like the couple days you're sick for and it's not a big
Right.
deal.
I still. I'm gonna be that. Technically, it does sound like an elitist asshole. If you're sick, don't travel.
Well, yeah.
Even I know like it sucks that if you've planned it out months in advance and then that one time you just got like the worst cold ever. You don't want to pass that shit down. I would suggest just not traveling at all and see if you could cancel. But it's like I also wonder if that they're gonna keep the lax you know rebooking policy that they've had going on since COVID. Like
Mm,
like if you're able to cancel at least within what like cancel not get your refund, but at least be able to reschedule at a later date if needed to travel to wherever you need to go.
yeah, that would be good.
Because I'd rather just be in the flight where no one is sick rather than someone just having the sniffles and then realizing, oh fuck, I might get the sniffles too because you're sniffly, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like my elitist 2 cents because it's like I rather have everyone be safe, but
Yeah.
it's such a catch-22 sort of deal as well. So
Yeah, especially for people like, well, like me, who work really hard to make the money that they do.
right,
And then like you book a flight because you're like, finally I can go and like do this thing, and then suddenly you get sick, like a couple months later after you've booked it, and then it's like, fuck, like I lose all that money,
right.
and that would be such a like a heartbreaking thing to deal with. But at the same time, it would be the smartest thing to do. So for me, I think that's gonna be the hardest thing to kind of play with. I think for myself. It's like, do I risk throwing down this like whatever amount of money on a flight, $800, $900 on a flight? Am I willing to throw that all away because I have a cold? I don't. It
Right.
would be a very hard decision to make.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's just very such catch-22 nowadays. Because yeah, all of this could be have potential to be a very deadly virus. Unfortunately, right? Like
Hmm.
even just a common cold could be something. Well, common colds are usually contagious. No, it's not. Is it?
I had to, bro. You, I
I
as
could not remember. I couldn't remember if it was
we,
the flu or the cold or both are contagious or not.
bro, as someone who's never haven't had any of those in over a year, can't tell you, bro.
Right.
The flu is definitely contagious, though.
Flu, yeah, that's what I thought. Flu is definitely. I can't remember if cold is. 'Cause I don't know if that's a viral infection. I don't think it is, but I can't remember at the top of my head.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you don't want to like get anyone your sickness, but also like at the same time, people go be sanitary. I don't want to see. I don't want to see your feet up in the air. I don't want to. Don't want to see you licking things for whatever reason or another, because God knows that's a thing.
I mean, if you're licking food, that's one thing, but if you're licking something that people touch normally or go near normally, that's weird.
Yeah. Like and then, like if you make a mess, clean yourself. Like actually though, please don't be a slob. Like, because you don't know like what you're carrying, and then if you're just like leaving all your shit around like that,
Mm.
it's just
Yeah, it's a different story if you're someone like me who just gets naturally like warm doing any activity.
oh
And like you're
yeah.
kind of just like really gross and like sweaty, or if you feel like, because me going through an airport, because you're normally rushing in an airport, you're not normally taking your time. That's when it gets really hard to sort of like be fresh, if that makes sense.
Ooh,
But
right.
at the same
That's true.
time, like if you, as soon as you land, just take that like 5-10 minutes in the bathroom and like freshen up, like bring a change of clothes and just and some deodorant, and then like cool yourself down with like a little fan or with some cold water, and do that kind of thing because it
Right.
helps so much. I did that a lot when I was flying last year during this pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
because I was so scared of everyone on the plane that every time I felt like warm or if I felt like my body temperature changing, because yay, flying, and nervousness in general sense, and being very paranoid about fucking COVID on a plane.
But that makes sense, especially during that time.
Yeah, you just go to the bathroom and freshen up whenever you can, and just kind of give yourself a nice little wipe down, cool down.
Right.
What was nice back then, though, is that I had a whole aisle to myself, so I was easy to kind of get up and go when I needed to. So
Right. I'm assuming like a good majority has already like either traveled home or just gonna be hunkering down. So it's like no one's really traveling during the
yeah, this
time
is
where
back in like March last year for context. So
right, and that was definitely the height. I like when everyone is like
especially in London where I
panic.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everything actually does
Um,
start closing down and whatnot. It's like ooh, that was quite the time. It's still weird to say that was just last year, but also it just feels like it's been a long, long time ago.
yeah, it really does. Especially for me having to like deal with all of that even earlier than what North America had to deal with it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been quite crazy, and just being like heartbroken over the news in like Italy and Spain and France when I was there because they had it way worse than the UK did, and then the UK had it.
Right.
Uh,
And I remember you telling me during February of like the lack of restrictions they want to do is especially when
Yeah.
Spain and France was like just getting ready to lock down.
hmm And then, yeah, not closing schools down until the week I left was utterly ridiculous.
Right. Just
Uh,
hearing that last minute thing.
Pretty much. So, yeah, it's been a crazy year and nice little car touch there. Boop, boop.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was like, card, did you not see me merge in? I have right away, bitch.
yeah. I think that's also why I'm really excited to kind of go out and do things after a couple weeks. It's
Right.
because I feel safer now. I have less worry and anxiety about it. I know my sister still does. I have to be safe because, like, of her and her anxiety and the stuff going on. Because she's not fully vaccinated either. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely have to be careful and take it like one little thing per week, maybe, to try and do kind of thing and just see.
Right.
But I'm just want to have a life again. Because for me, I've been dealing with this since like February of
Mm-hmm.
last year.
Of just the downward spiral that was COVID.
Yeah, plus I've moved 4 times during the pandemic.
My phone.
And oh, nice. I've moved 4 times in a pandemic, and I've had so much changes and things happening that I just want a little freedom somewhere somehow.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense. Cause like yeah, you have experience because you were in Europe when the next outbreak, like the outbreak was starting to spread because of all the just I guess a whole thing like a team decide like someone decided to go in Europe and then suddenly just had it, spread it, and then
What happened
aggressively
in the
spread it.
UK, well, in London in particular, or in a city in, I think it was maybe Leicester in the UK, there was a school that went on a ski trip in Italy. Or some sort of trip, yeah, a ski trip in Italy and came back and they all had it. Or they all were like either asymptomatic and had it or were symptomatic with it. And then boom,
Right.
suddenly, because like all those families got it, or someone in the
And how
family else would get it, and then boom,
right.
boom, boom, just that spread so quickly. It was just like a few school trips that came back that caused quite a bit for the UK, and then others just like, business and travel in general
Mm-hmm.
sense.
And then who like it's like the friends of friends, the friends of friends of friends, and then
Yeah.
rinse repeat until you get the whole population going.
Yeah, I just remember the ski trip hearing about that, and I was like, no, oh god.
Yeah.
I work at a school. Please don't tell me this kind of stuff.
It's also still interesting. Like I think I remember was it technically I can't remember if it was before Christmas or in January. I'm just hearing that the outbreak just starting in China,
mm,
right? Just like hearing that whole thing of like and then just like oh we got to be prepared, or just like no gotta take it easy, sort of deal. It's like and hoping
yeah.
it's not gonna spread and just realize I'm hoping like I actually do hope whoever's out there like really recording everything COVID like from the start to the end like you guys like have archives of like clips of news of saying where it started and just like that it'd be cool it'd be interesting to see say a couple years if not a decade down the line just to like rewatch the whole thing unfold
Yeah.
and see how much we've have hopefully progressed
Yeah.
through this whole thing through the whole pandemic because hey it's a lesson learned for all the whole world
Mhm.
and hopefully we learned from it. I'd say a good majority of the time we will. Sometime we won't, but knock on wood that we all do.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, which, God, I'm trying to figure out because it's like for me I've kind of explained along the way, especially during the road trip of like what I've experienced as things started opening up. I legit traveled when they started telling everyone to say, hey, we're about to open up. Feel free to, lax the restrictions if you have, if your vaccination rates are going good, sort of deal.
Mhm.
I know for you where you live, it is it's I'm hoping it's still improving, right? And it's still, we're all
Oh
going
yeah.
up and up in terms of vaccinations and down towards hospitalizations. Um, what? do you, aside from your haircut, what else
Mhm.
do you expect to do once one, both everything open up and you're fully vaccinated?
So everything is fully opened up now as of today.
Right.
Here, so
Okay.
fun fact, that's the thing. All restrictions are pretty much lifted, but it's up to basically businesses and certain services to keep enforcing it if they wish to. The
Okay.
only area that doesn't have it lifted is public transit, which makes
Okay.
sense because
Makes good
that's
sense.
pretty
Close
high
contact.
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So haircuts one thing. Swimming this Saturday. I've been wanting to go to the pools here again and swim,
Ooh.
and do some of that because I love being in the water so much that yes, it'd be nice to go swimming again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do want to go to the movie theater again. Like just having that like big theater experience would be
That's a
so
good
nice.
point. I could no lie. It's so weird to say that it has been more than a year since we've been to a movie theater,
Yeah.
or like
The
maybe even like a bowling
last
alley too. I guess.
I see. I'm not comfortable with bowling alley just yet
Okay, that's
because
true.
how many fucking people touch those balls?
Yeah, that's true.
And is it guaranteed that those all get sanitized before you touch them again? No. So I'm not
Unless if you have your
100%
own
ready for that.
balls.
But even
um,
then, they're touching the public ball set no matter what.
true.
And the pins and the things that won't be sanitized every time you throw a ball. So I'm not quite comfortable with that just yet. I would love to go bowling. I love bowling. I used to be a bowler,
Yeah.
but I have kind of feel very grossed out about it at this point. But movie
Right.
theater, the fun fact, last time I was in the movie theater was in February of last year when I visited my family. Yes, even in the start of the pandemic, but it wasn't
Oh
really
yeah,
in the
you
UK yet.
did. I forgot about that. You did visit your
And we saw
family.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, oh god. Right, I forgot that did come out right before the
Yeah.
pandemic. Oh shit.
Yeah, my little brother and I went to see Sonic the Hedgehog in the movie theater.
I keep forgetting you went. I keep forgetting you went to Canada for a week.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing because like the flight and everything was booked and good to go, and then like this pandemic hit the UK, and I was like, I don't know what that means for my flight, but at the same time, it wasn't bad yet. But by the time I came
No.
back after that week,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Right.
Um, so I had to be very careful on the way home. But for me, being careful was like, ha 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 ha, cool flight. Walking through, I think it was Gatwick or I think Gatwick. I think it was when my return flight came from. I was going through Gatwick and trying to be safe and not touch anybody or anything, and then having to take a lot of trains to get home. So it was a lot of like sanitize this, sanitize that, switch mask between every train kind of thing, and doing all that. So
Right.
it was an interesting experience for sure. Coming back home and seeing, or coming back to the UK and going, ha, oh boy, I need masks. I need,
I
I
know
need to
the
get
the fun
equipped
time
and
hunting for
things.
mask. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily the Harrow bus station and train station they had masks being sold in little like convenience shops that
Hey.
they have in there, so I was able to get a few and use those throughout the time. And oh God, the UK still makes me cringe so much how masks were never enforced in our school at all. Like it was crazy. Everything was crazy back then. But yeah, the last time I went to a movie theater was to see Sonic the Hedgehog with my little brother.
Wow. Yeah, no, I forgot that you did went to Canada, but and now that too. But dang, okay. No, that makes sense. Like, God, like, okay, aside, right? Sure,
Hmm.
throughout the pandemic, obviously movie theaters were closed, but they still release movies out to the public, mostly through streaming services. Were there any movies that you saw during that time?
No, actually. Because I spent a lot of the time in this pandemic watching TV shows on Netflix and
Oh,
binge
okay.
watching shit. So I went through all of Grey's Anatomy. That's right, all 16 seasons
Oh
of
boy.
Grey's Anatomy. I went through all the seasons available for Station 19, which is like the spinoff of Grey's. Then I've gone through a series of comedies lately, sitcoms.
Oh.
And so
Oh right.
I've gone through Modern Family, Life in Pieces, How I Met Your Mother, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and that's it for now. I tried to get into Parks and Rec, but the first 2 episodes really bored me, so I'm sorry, Parks and Rec. So I got into a lot of comedy shows, and then now I've been watching Sweet Magnolias, which is a cute little like Southern Charm show on Netflix. So I've been watching a lot of
Okay.
TV series and shows. I never actually rented or bought anything online except one time on YouTube I rented The Breakfast Club.
Ah. Oh, okay.
So not really bought anything new releases wise.
Right. Okay, I see. Oh man, so that means yeah. When's curious as well. Has any of your movie theaters opened up? I haven't even decided to look to see if any of the movie theaters in my area are open yet.
Well, I know the bowling alleys are open because I follow bowling alleys, obviously, because I used to
Right.
bowl at all of them. But let me check here. Cineplex, Edmonton.
I need to check like AMC and all that stuff, which is funny. For those who have followed the stock memes and whatnot, AMC was like one of those stock memes that was on the verge of bankruptcy because they were a movie theater company that had to stay closed for more than a year and lost a whole bunch of revenue because they can't do anything with the building. Um, I
So it looks
am.
like movies are open here.
Oh wow. Yeah, I need to definitely look into it to see if they fully opened. It should have, but I cannot recall. I think it is. I can't remember. I do need to check up on it. But yeah, that's something. Like I keep forgetting about movie theaters in general. I just now wonder like, that's a car. I'm sorry, a car.
I also just would like to go to my favorite restaurants again.
Ooh.
Now that I'm downtown, oh my god, Darryl. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
But now that I'm like in downtown where I used to work, I have access to all the places I used to go to like once a week on like Friday after work and like wanting to forget the work stress and just go to like all these cute little like pubs and restaurants downtown. So I really would like to do that again.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. And I'm
And
assuming you're gonna probably
malls, hell
right.
yeah, malls
Oh,
again, like and not feel like a skittish little creature and like anytime someone comes near you, you want to run. That would be a nice feeling.
it's just I have a feeling that and I'm assuming you still feel this to this day, and we'll see like as you go by. But I still have the feeling of like when there's too much people, I feel anxious,
Yes,
sort of deal. Like
because I've been
I
wanting to buy new shoes lately.
mm-hmm.
Because I've got old ass poor nurse's shoes that have just basically been worn out,
Right.
which makes work uncomfortable lately.
Oh, I bet.
But I ordered shoes online. I gotta go pick them up. Actually, I gotta go to Edmonton City Center very soon and pick those up. So, um,
A trek.
maybe maybe Saturday I can go there and go for my 800-meter walk to the
Ooh,
city center. I'm that close to it. Jesus Christ.
dang.
Go and get those. But I went to go shoe shopping at the mall recently, and so many people, and the store was just full of people in it. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna pass on this one. Let's go try out the Southgate shoe store. Like they both the shoe store I'm looking at were
Right.
in both places basically. There you go, words in English. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Uh, and then I got the Southgate, and there was no one in there besides the workers. But it was such a tiny, crowded little store that I didn't feel comfortable going into it
Mm,
because of the very close contact to basically all the employees and
right.
the product and stuff. So I was like, nope. So I still get really anxious about that. Even like, because I also went to a restaurant. I did go to one of my favorite restaurants, Moxie's, in the mall at like down Bourbon Street, where we have full ass solid restaurants in my mall. It's West Edmonton Mall, it's the biggest mall in the world. Not the world, but you know, North America.
In North America. Yeah.
And even there I was quite comfortable, but as more people came in I was starting to like really feel it, and I was like, okay, I finished chewing and eating, I'm putting my mask back on kind of thing,
Mm,
because they had sanitizer on the table, which was nice. You could just like sanitize quick, mask up, and then wait for the next course for your meal, and then
right.
mask down, mask up. So it's funny how uncomfortable I still am with all of it, and it's gonna be a wonder how I feel now that I have the second dose though.
Right. Yeah, it's like a I know, it's very catch 22 sort of deal. It's like you're already used to doing this, right? Sort of deal. However, at the same time, it's like you are vaccinated. For the
Mm-hmm.
most part, you are safe. I
Yeah.
mean, even with the variants that they're seeing, like it's proven to be effective against it. It's not,
Hmm.
like you won't, you may get it, but the symptoms are not as crazy compared to
Yeah.
those who are not vaccinated. So, now it's just a matter of just like figuring out what seems to be the norm for you. Whether it be like, yeah, I mean, for me, I'm still wearing my mask. My parents are still wearing the mask, no matter where we go. But there are times where like, ooh, I feel very a little bit warm in the mouth and just feels very uncomfortable. I do take it off from time to time, but for like no more than 30 seconds. And then if I see someone coming up, it's like, all right, mask back up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
let me be, right?
Yeah.
In terms of restaurants, for the most part, yeah, I actually would until I sit down and I am comfortable with it, then I will take off my mask,
Yeah.
and then it will stay off all the way till the bill is paid, and we start leaving, and then from there I put the mask back on no matter what.
Yeah.
Um, and like I've seen that like I've experienced it more when eating at restaurants at casinos. That's a full indoor venue for
Mm-hmm.
those who don't know. Um, while being at this casino, it's masks up majority of the time. Again, the only other times I would take it off is if I wanted to get some sort of like cold air. I would say fresh air because for the most part it's a smoky environment.
Mm-hmm.
But if there are times where it's like I feel stuffy, I will take off the mask, breathe, try not to inhale too much smoke and then cough out of it, but do that and then put it back on. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's just now once you are fully vaccinated, yeah, it is up to you if you want to wear the mask or not. I would suggest continue to wear the mask just
Oh
for
yeah.
peace of mind. It's not only you also have the vaccine, but it's also peace of mind that you're not, not getting someone else's germs. Like now
Yeah.
that it's becoming a norm in ways that, you know, why
That.
would I want to risk getting germs from someone because they're coughing next to me? If I always
Yeah.
have my mask on, you know, I still make a complaint that, hey, cough, into your shoulder or sneeze into your shoulder sort of deal. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not breathing that in for the most part. Like,
Yeah. It makes me wonder what work's gonna be like tonight because we officially do have the mask mandate lifted.
mm-hmm,
So coming into work tonight, is it gonna be no one wearing masks? Is there going to be a mixture of people wearing masks? Will it be enforced by your manager still or not? That's going to be quite an interesting thing to kind of walk into. Yeah. Because again,
right,
I haven't really been out today because it's been fucking hot.
right.
And plus, I slept all day. um, so it's going to be interesting to see kind of what it's going to be like now that officially it's July 1st and the mask mandate's gone here. Uh,
Mm-hmm. It's
I
just up
think
to the
I will
discretion.
definitely be wearing the mask though myself, just because I am a nervous bean, and grocery stores are not the most sanitary places to be,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't sanitize every single product that customers have picked up and put down. So,
Right.
speaking of which, I realize I should probably actually grab one of my masks for tonight. I've got them hanging up in my closet.
I have mine's like hung up like just right here, like right in front of me, actually on fuck, what are they called? Push pins. There we go. Push
Oh,
pins on the
nice.
wall.
I've got
And
mine like on a coat hanger.
ooh, that's actually smart. No, that's actually a lot smarter than what I got. Um, and also, is it bad that even like, right, even after the mask mandated was lifted in California, I still ended up buying more masks because I'm sorry, disposable mask. I've been using you for a year. It's been great and all, but ever since I bought reusable masks at Target, they were so much more amazing.
You've waited a year to buy those?
I legit did. Because
What the fuck?
the thing is, the reason why I waited this long, because at home we have like 4 boxes of disposable masks. So I was thinking,
Oh,
I
fair.
don't need to get that. But I started getting very irritated with it because it's just a little bit too small on my head.
fair.
It feels tight and
Um,
whatnot.
I
And
guess
then
like I lived with my mom who found like really good deals of masks at like Old Navy and stuff, so she ordered a bunch
oh, okay.
for like her, I, and my stepdad to use, and my little brother,
Mm,
because again, in-person schooling kind of happened after we moved
right.
to the apartment. So we got a bunch of masks, and when I moved out, my mom was like, "Take a bunch with you. I don't care how many. Just take a bunch with you. I can always get more." And I was like, "Sweet." So I've got like 10 on me, like 10 reusable masks. But we've had
Nice.
masks since like I started working last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Although my
no.
poor mom, though, I think I told you this, like she got all these like really nice like reusable, washable masks kind of thing, and
Right.
then her work said that like no, if you wear one, you still have to wear a disposable one underneath it or over it,
Right. Because it's like.
and because she worked at the airport, by the way, so that's that
Mm-hmm.
context. Or she had a double mask at one point as well, and then they gave them face shields, so she had a mask and face shield. So they
Jeez.
kept
That
changing it
makes
on her,
sense.
but she could not use the reusable mask at one point. So she bought all these for us to
Uh,
use, but she wasn't allowed to use them at her work.
that's. I mean, that's understandable, but also sucks because you've already invested in these masks. Because, fuck,
Mm,
it was hard then to get disposable masks. Because that's like everyone was
yeah.
like talking about. It's like homemade masks. Yeah, it's kind of effective, but it's like it wasn't necessarily as effective. Granted, disposable masks aren't as effective either. Technically, what you really want if you want to protect yourself from COVID back then was an N95 mask meant
Hmm.
for like when I hear N95, it's like a mask you wear when there's a wildfire out nearby
Yeah.
because of all the pollutants that and all the things that like the carbon that you smell. It'll get into your lungs and it will affect you. So at least with an N95 mask, you're protected for a good majority of all the air pollutants out there, and
Hmm.
potentially COVID
Yeah.
during the time.
Um, I don't
Um,
think I've ever double masked during this pandemic. I think I did when it was really bad at my other work for quite a while, like between November to January,
mm-hmm.
where we started getting cases like fucking like every couple days. I felt like, so I started double mask there. So like a disposable one underneath my cloth one, there,
Yeah.
words. And but other than that, I just stopped after that. Because I'm a sweaty hot girl, and it's sweaty.
Yeah, no, like that was for me as well. Like at first, like the first batch of cloth masks that I decided to order on Amazon because they were running out. I wore it. It was fine for like 5 minutes, and then after that, I'm starting to sweat because it's
Yeah.
like it's not really cloth. It's like the like synthetic stuff,
Mm,
or it's like it feels nice, but it also feels very thick once you start breathing into it for a little bit.
yeah.
So I went
Also,
straight.
gum is also a nice thing that I've invested in a lot during this pandemic. Because, yeah, I work in a place that involves a lot of movement, a lot
Mhm.
of work, a lot of sweat, and you have to eat quickly on your breaks and go. So that usually leads to a lot of burps and gross, smelly shit in your mouth. So I always have like gum in my pocket.
Ooh, smart. I'm realizing I look at my whole packet of gum.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Love
So
having gum.
it's funny all these like tips and tricks we've all developed over this year to
Right.
kind of make it easier or make us want to wear the mask, because I know that a lot of us don't want to wear it.
Which is
But
understandable, especially if you're vaccinated, it's understandable. Like
yeah,
at least you've taken the approach to do that, and like, go be you. But like for me, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. And like, yeah, for like a year, I've been wearing disposable masks. When I was at work and all that stuff, it's always been a disposable mask, almost never a cloth mask, cloth reusable. Um, it was only then where I decided to, like, right before the big trip, I said, you
mm,
know what? Just in case, let me get decent cloth masks at Target. Try them
yeah,
out, see if I like them. Because as much as I love the disposable mask, I know I still have to wear one. I hate, the ones I have are small on my head.
yeah.
So then I bought like two packs, so four masks altogether. Wore it on the trip, and those were the only masks I wanted to wear on the trip.
Mhm.
Yeah, it legit took me that long up to the trip to learn that, oh, these masks aren't that bad. Oh, this feels so nice. And
Yeah.
then I bought a bunch more, so now I have like 10 as well.
Nice, nice. Yeah, uh, it's interesting, like, yeah, again, like the tips and tricks we have to kind of wear a mask and like make it as comfortable as possible, um, for us to kind of keep being safe and things like that. But then
Hmm.
now, like, we're heading into this weird transition period where it's like, haha, we could be normal again. Yet, it'll be interesting to see like how many people will still wear a mask or wear not a mask,
Right.
and how comfortable we all feel realizing that that's our reality. But I always have one little plea when it comes to this, like, don't judge us for wearing a mask, or don't
Right.
judge people for not wearing a mask. Just, you have to accept it.
Right. Just,
Uh,
you know, you be you, me be me. Don't
yeah,
assume that I'm wearing a mask is I'm not vaccinated. That's not the point. I'm just wearing it for just my own peace of mind.
yeah. So that's what I'm just nervous about, because we've got some frustrated, angry Albertans up here with this whole mask thing. So I think a lot of that will be settling down, but just keep it to yourself. If you see someone wearing a mask and you're like, take that off, nah, just don't say anything, man. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Just walk away, give the look, but that's it. Don't say anything.
yeah.
Which is like I am slightly notorious for that for those people who are not wearing a mask. I give them the look. 'Cause for whatever fucking reason, I'm slightly judgmental with the eyes. I am not judgmental with the mouth. Only because I'm wearing a mask, so you can't see me.
I am judgmental in a different way. I'm judgmental with how much distance I give the person coming near me. So, like, I will actually physically move further away from them if they're coming at me with no mask
Hmm.
on. So I'm
Yeah,
never like,
for
yeah, I'm just sort of like, haha, you don't have a mask on, okay, I'm just bye.
right. I know, and like for me, it's like if like even now, even when the mask mandate has been lifted, right? I just still
Mhm.
look at people without masks. It's like, why am I this kind of person? God damn it. I've been so accustomed to this shit because I've been always internally judging people for not wearing a mask during the mask mandate. Now that it's gone, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't let the thing go.
Mm,
It's just in me. It'll come out. The habit will get out of there.
yeah,
Just don't comment it. If I look at you, it's just because I just don't see a mask on your face.
yeah, yeah. So I think that's just the one thing I'll say, like, to kind of wrap up this mask conversation a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You do you, whatever makes you comfortable, do it.
Right.
Because in the end, we've all suffered for like 16, 17 months at this point of a pandemic. And
Right.
obviously, we are all at our wits' end, and whatever makes you feel better, do it. You
Right.
just keep it to yourself.
Well, most definitely. Just keep it to yourself. Have common sense. Don't bother people. I know it's been such a weird ass culture because of the internet, regardless of pandemic or not. But
Mm,
keep it to yourself. Have some common sense for once. If you haven't had it already, if you haven't used it
yeah.
already, keep using it and keep it to
And I
know
will
your
point out
boundaries.
this too, like, it's also okay to set some boundaries. If you are wanting to start visiting people again, but you want them to wear a mask, like that's the only way you'll come visit them,
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. You can tell them that. And if they say
Right.
no, then maybe you're not ready, or maybe they're not ready to
Right.
have you around them. So just set boundaries in a way that makes it safe and makes it for the other person to understand. Don't cause an
Right.
argument, because we have enough tension in our bodies to last us a
Yeah.
lifetime after this. So
Right.
um, just set those boundaries. Don't be harsh about it. Just say that that's my requirement, and if you can't follow it, then I will wait
Right.
a couple months when more things die down again.
Right. Yeah,
So.
definitely yeah, respect other people's boundaries definitely as well. It's just like, be courteous. Like
Mhm.
this is at this point every all we need is like everyone to be courteous of each other because coming through improving times, hoping here, right?
Mhm.
Just, be curious. Let's all get back to normal. We'll all get back to some sort of normality soon. Pre-COVID normality soon. It's just right now we're still on a recovering phase.
Yeah, like,
Take it slow, take it easy.
indeed. Um, yeah,
It's just gonna be
that's.
interesting though, as just like this one last thing about COVID stuff, right? Not so much about the mask. But about the hand sanitizer,
Mm.
I've noticed in very small handful of places, it's like very tiny, that some of them have let go of their extra sanitizing stations.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like of a supply issue for one reason or another that their supplier was not able to issue it during that time, or they are really, just like saying, "Fuck it, this is too much money for us," sort of deal. But like, there's like a very
Mm.
handful of places that are starting to not stock up in their sanitizing supply, especially for hand
Mm.
sanitizer. Um, that is not to say that like other places, like it's like everywhere. There's just a very small handful. Like other places that even when the mask mandate is up, they're still maintaining that the full sanitation sort of deal. But I have started to notice like even like some sanitation guidelines have been laxed as well, which is a bit unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, now I have to like really rely on bringing my own hand sanitizer. Usually I do, especially if I'm carrying a bag going out. I usually have hand sanitizer on hand. But
Yeah,
if
me
I'm
too.
say going to Walmart or a grocery store, there'll be times I don't because my pocket is filled with other things. I'd usually, at the time, I trust these stores to have it ready on hand just for me to like put my hand, let the sensor go through, give it a little wash, and boom, carry on my
Yeah.
merry way through the store. There's a couple stores that have laxed their sanitization policies, so that's interesting.
That is, and kind of uncomfortable to know.
hmm Um, but like for majority of places have kept their their sanitizer stations and even like cart cleaners. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
kind of wish it still continues to the day. Like even past COVID, like fuck, clean the cart, damn it, or give us
Yes.
materials to clean the cart. But like yeah, I've seen it somewhat laxed right now, so it's like it's a little bit iffy now. So I
Yeah.
end up trying my best trying to see if there's like either a sanitizer or a wipe that I can at least clean it out, at least like on the common entry points where common touching points, just to be safe.
Yeah, I know my grocery store that I work at, they have like with their sanitization
It's
I
such a
need
word.
some I need water, man. Like I'm so thirsty. But sanitization stations, they have also like a container wipes. So
hmm
even if they don't have that person still hired to wipe down carts, they have provide them there for you to wipe them down yourself.
Right.
Which I think that might be the route to take for these places because
hmm
I know employing an extra person or even using like front end staff to fill that position instead of like at a cash register
Right.
isn't a easy thing for a lot of employers to deal with, especially if people call in and such. So at least providing that station there, saying, "Hey, like we don't have anyone to wipe down your cart, but if you need to, take a wipe."
hmm Yeah, I'm starting. Yeah, no, like for again, handful of stores, very handful of stores. I'm starting to see they just lax on that, or I don't know if it's a one-off occurrence right now,
Mm.
or if it's going to be a recurring theme where they're just neglecting the sanitization part because it's probably in their policy or something like that. They don't have to fully provide it, but it's like still at least provide some sort of bare minimum, like just having a sanitizing wipe there so we can
Mm-hmm.
sanitize it ourselves. It'll take us like 2 minutes, but it won't take your time aside from purchasing, a couple packets of it and
Yeah,
using it a couple times a day or a day or a couple days and like that. So
exactly.
it'll be interesting, and it'll be interesting to see if I need to start carrying sanitizer myself again in my pockets.
I would. I always keep a bottle with me in my purse.
hmm Yeah. I mean, whenever I go out, if it's like out of town, it's always in my bag. It's like it's always there, always ready, primed and loaded.
Yeah.
But if I'm walking around, like just here around town, going to say Walmart or a restaurant or like fast food joint or everything like that, usually I don't care of like because I'm always I can trust at least those areas to have it. But now I'm having trust issues a little bit here. for it.
Yes. It'll be interesting to adjust to it all again.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm all hoping that we can all get better. I know America's been, been slowly improving, even with the Delta variant that's been going around. I know there's been some concerns for a couple of states who are not fully vaccinated, have low populations of people fully vaccinated. But I've been also hearing good things that even being fully vaccinated, you should be fine against the variants, which is good to hear. I'm
Hmm.
hoping again more and more people do get vaccinated so we can again start traveling again. A lot of people are traveling domestically, and there's even a handful traveling into Europe from America. Like those are still slowly opening up. But hopefully the vaccination has improved there over in Canada, and hopefully the borders will open up. I can finally visit you, and vice versa.
Yes.
Like that's like one thing, and then hopefully that expands to many other countries here in the future.
Yeah. But hopefully, like, not rushed. Like, decisions are made, not rushed
Oh yeah.
or without consideration. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
been the theme for here in Alberta a little bit is rushed considerations. So
Right.
it's.
I mean, there has to be data to prove it, and if
Huh.
you yeah, I know.
My province thinks that yay, most of our population has the first dose, so we could reopen everything. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
That's not how it works. Granted,
So it's
I say that, and I think 50 like we're only at 50%. Actually, now I think we're now getting close to like higher 50s, and we're open. Car, really? What a fucker! My truck is damaged. What a bitch.
oh, yikes.
Got me sideswiped in there. Damn it. Um,
Oh, you're going to
yeah,
Swansea.
I am going to Swansea. I think I
Wow,
just
you
traveled. Yeah, I just traveled to Wales. This is Wales, right?
yes. You
Okay.
have really good weather to get to Swansea. I was in Swansea last year. No,
2 years
yeah,
ago?
no, last year, 2 years ago, or something like that. And you have really good weather. I went there and it was rained the whole time, so good job.
I'm gonna laugh right by the time I unload the thing. It just starts raining. It's like, ah, there it is. I still got time, so it's like,
Yeah.
but now my truck is damaged. Oh, I'll have to get repair my truck. You little fucker T-boned me.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of British slang, but I feel like I should not say it at the same time, so I won't do that.
Yeah, better not. Ah,
Um,
Swansea. Anyway, well, I can't really give updates about the last 2 weeks now at this point because I do need to head to work soon.
I know you do. You start working here in like what, an hour from now? Actually,
Hour and a half.
hour
So
and a half.
I start 11:30, but I want to get to the store before 11 because our store, the store is open till 11, so I can come in through the regular entrance and not
Uh,
buzz the employee door and wait for someone to let me in. So,
Let me in! Bang, bang, bang.
nor like buzz, 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 and hopefully someone comes and gets me.
Hopefully.
So I will probably be leaving here in like about 20-ish minutes or so.
I think actually it's funny because I think I'm going to be ending the stream right after this load, and probably when I drive to that repair truck or repair station.
Yeah, I've been like slowly getting changed throughout the stream so I can like just grab my bag and go.
That's fair.
But I need water and I need to take an Advil before I go.
That'd be smart. Probably like
Yes.
so.
Oof.
Are you able to like bring medications to work just in case?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I was just wondering, maybe just pack an extra just in case if something goes wrong and be like, fuck. It's just gonna accept it. There you
Yeah, I
go.
just I have not had a lot of water since waking up about 6 hours ago, so I need
Oh
to
yeah, that's
get
full
some more water in
dehydration.
me.
God, I thought I'd learned from my travels to not be dehydrated. There'd be times I don't, and it's like it kind of like it's weird. Just like I guess like one other thing, I should have added this on my trip advice sort of deal.
Oh yeah.
Stay hydrated as best as you can, especially on road trips.
Yes. Yes.
It's very tempting to just not drink anything for a couple hours. I'm gonna do that here. It's very tempting to just not have anything to drink for a couple hours, but at least have something. If you're carrying like a cooler or anything like that, put a ice cold water in there, and definitely put water. I
Yeah.
have now learned to, as much as you like to drink a good old ice cold Coca-Cola or whatever soda you want to drink, bring water.
Mhm.
Sure, it's gonna make you piss, but most likely the next time you're gonna stop is probably your next gas break or rest area where your driver needs to rest. So bring water, because otherwise you're gonna feel all weirds of fuck, like I did.
Ye- Yeah. Even in this, even for me, so like I'm obviously working overnight, so I'm not quite fully adjusted to it. So I will get, you know how like you can buy those Starbucks drinks like at grocery stores, like the little frappuccinos or whatever.
Right.
So usually before work, I'll grab one of those because I'm still struggling to survive 8 hours overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but even then, I don't bring that downstairs with me just to drink. I bring my water down, and then I only drink that on my breaks because I need to be hydrated. So my goal usually when I work an 8-hour shift is to drink my full water bottle in the first couple hours. So before my first break, drink the full water bottle, then go on my break, refill it, drinks half of it, have some of my coffee, and then refill it to the very top, and then drink that for the next 2 hours until my lunch break. And then drink a lot of that, and then drink the coffee, like sip on the coffee throughout the 30 minutes, and then refill the water bottle, drink it. Like I usually try to aim for 4
Mm-hmm.
bottles of water basically during a shift.
Oh, see, yeah, that's smart, and it's funny because it's like I've always been used to just having water, like every day, no matter what, like even here in my room. But during travels, it's like, fuck, why do I feel more like tired and dehydrated? Because I had just a bottle of soda, or I had medium soda at Carl's Jr. or whatever. I never
Mm.
had a time to drink water, and um, it is smart, like just stock up on water. You don't have to have a 24 pack in your car. Actually, that's not the safest thing to do, especially if it's not cooled, because if you leave a 24 pack of water in your car and it's hot, that water can be cancerous. I've noticed that. It is
Oh.
not until either cool it down or you just throw it away altogether, because it's like that mixture of like the chemicals that composes the bottle mixed with the water. It's like it's deemed to be cancerous.
Hmm.
So, and especially if it's been a very hot day and you keep a 24 pack there lying, not cooled, yeah, you would not want to drink that.
No. But yeah, drink water, people. It's summer and it's awful, and water is good. Also, if you feel that like after you drink a lot of water and you're still feeling quite bleh, it might be good to go pick up a thing of Gatorade, get some electrolytes in you.
Ah, right. Okay, that makes sense. Because yeah, those electrolytes in it will keep you pumped up.
Yeah,
Maybe
I've
don't
definitely
drink
needed it.
soda.
No,
Drink some
avoid
sports drink.
soda. Even like coffee, not so much really. Like even for me, I haven't really had a lot of coffee.
Hmm.
um, since it's been so hot. Plus, I only have instant coffee right now, and that's still boiling hot water to make it.
Right.
um,
And even putting
so
ice cubes, it just feels like just just
then yeah, then it
icky.
comes watered down and like awkward, and like the powder's still in there, so it's blah, blah, blah. But
Right.
yeah, just water and yeah, for me, because like my energy levels have been very, very low throughout the whole week.
Hmm.
We'll usually order something from, we can get stuff from 7-Eleven delivered to us at this point. So my
Ooh,
sister and I will get some
yes.
Gatorades and such and like stock up the fridge and get some electrolytes in us.
Oh,
And I
that's
think I'm
great.
gonna buy some at work tonight too, just to
Stock up.
have that. Yeah, because it's a scorcher out there, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah. No, I realize that now. I should think about drinking a little bit more. Like, I guess. Well, definitely water. Like, but like consider maybe some energy drinks
electrolytes.
or like the energy drinks, but like Gatorade. I forgot what it's called specifically. Like the general term.
Yeah, whatever. They're drinks. They have electrolytes in them. Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, But I do need to go so I can get some water in me, medication, and figure out Ubering shit because I have to look up the store address.
No worries, definitely. Again, thank you so much, Dragon, for joining me for Dragon Talk. Go follow her and all the there we go. Holy shit, Twitch. Go follow Dragon on all her socials, YouTube, Twitter, if you want to donate her to a cause and like that. I know you have some new things coming up here soon on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, this coming week, boom, 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 3 videos will now be posted a week. I've got the Stardew Valley episodes. On Mondays. I will have my podcast episodes on Thursdays, and then a new series starts on Saturday where I just go through unique histories that I research and look up and read out in very fun ways.
Pretty cool. You know, like I know you've been doing it for your Dragon's Den podcast for like the past 4 episodes, including this
Yeah,
month. Ooh, thanks, Joe, for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Just right at the end of the stream, too.
nice. Uh,
Um,
but yeah, I've done a little bit of unique histories, kind of giving everyone a tease of like what this could be and if I should do it as a series. And I mean, I don't have a lot of interaction or comments that people are saying, like, yes, do it as a 3rd series. So I'm just gonna do it because I like it and history's fun and I like being a nerd.
hey, we could always use more history nerds right there, especially telling unique histories, because it's like, I know that's like always been a thing for like more and more people nowadays of just like learning the quirky history of many random things. And I know you
Mm-hmm.
have your fair share of that in your Dragon's Den now, hopefully, your new series for your channel. So I can't wait.
Well, me too. I have many things coming.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I can't wait to hear it. But yeah, go follow her if you haven't already over on YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. And probably just gonna give up the usual links to my Twitter for updates and whatnot. Usually, I'll tell you when I'll be streaming and such. Plus all the random retweets and likes that I probably have done all along the way. If you haven't already, if you're watching this on Twitch, follow me. To subscribe to me on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, press the subscribe button down below, somewhere down there on the right. For more future videos, such as Truck and Talk Thursdays, usually it gets uploaded every Tuesday around 11. Amongst many other videos that I try to upload, usually on Friday. For the most part on Friday, and for the most part on Sunday, whether it be a live stream or maybe potentially another recorded video. So we'll see. And then hopefully in the future I'll have that product review up for the thing that I got and wrote a review on. So hopefully that'll be coming out soon because I want to get back into tech and all that stuff. Um, if I end up going somewhere, as I said in the stream, I could spell Instagram. It's the Instagram. If I do end up going with the family to Eureka in sometime in July, that's what we're planning. For the most part, I'll be posting photos along the way. So follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Otherwise, I have like a lot of photos from my wedding trip, from my road trip, and all that stuff. They're all there if you want to see the whole thing, and hopefully it'll correlate with the vlog that you've been hopefully watching on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that is definitely it. I'm gonna sign off Dragon here, and I'm gonna be trying to finish all my editing for tomorrow's upload, amongst many other things. Again, thank you so much, Dragon, for joining for a good old Truck and Talk Thursdays. Even though we've had a bunch of hiccups along the way, we've all had a fun time talking about shit. Good shit, though.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, and apologies for apartment living and fire alarms. So that was a nice little disruption there. But for more of me, there's the links in chat, and I'm sure this Derp will post them in the YouTube thing as well. So,
Yep.
yeah. If you haven't had enough of me tonight, then check out me more.
Heck
There
yeah.
you go.
Please do. Get her to 30. She's like 2 away from
Yeah.
30. Get her to
I've been
30.
2 away for 3 months in a row. Please, just let me hit that. Let me have one good thing,
Someone.
please.
Spread it out. Get her to 30. If not, let's get her to 100. It'll be cool. Actually, it'll be really cool.
Yes, and yeah, that's all. I really do need to start getting going though. But
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah, in any case, I hope you guys have a great day or night or wherever the heck you are. Hopefully I'll see you, I think this time, this coming Monday is going to be Minecraft Mondays with AJ. I think we've got to hit it down that we're going to probably stream on Monday. Or for more Truck and Talk Thursdays here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific. That is Dragon over there. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this outro. Sister. Like, I always end up repeating the same thing. But anyways, that's Dragon over there, somewhere over there, and this is Spell
Bye.
Waits. What's the button? This was. See ya. Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh.